This latest Substack article on the 11 Demands Substack is called Know Your Enemy. And I think you can get an idea from this little collage who the finger may be pointing at here. So, who is your enemy? The corporate media would have you believe that it's everyone in the wrong party, right? In the other party, they have us fighting each other. They present one theatrical fight after another. A game where it's a game where they're wearing different colored uniforms, but they're really on the same team. Our political leaders would have you believe the enemy is the dictator of another country, like a Putin, right? Or they're fear mongering day and night about what they might do to us. Everyone feels it. Everyone knows there's something fundamentally wrong with our country, our society, our world. To understand the reason this is, we must ask the question, well, who has the power, the wealth, the control? The answer is clear, right? The billionaires. Both literally and figuratively, the buck stops with them. These billionaires, they have one special talent, and that is turning money into more money, into their pockets. Everything else to them is secondary. The greed of the billionaires is insatiable. If that wasn't the case, they wouldn't be billionaires. It's kind of a self-selecting class there. Our capitalist system funnels money and resources from the many into the hands of those very few at the top. And here in the late stages, right, late stage capitalism, the wealth inequality is worse than ever. While everyone else struggles, they get richer and richer. Even if we put aside the morality of allowing that level of wealth and power, there is a simple practical fact about the billionaires. We can't afford them. The current system is unsustainable and headed for collapse, and it's just a matter of when and how. So yes, the 99% must view them as the enemy, the billionaires, but they are not all powerful. The billionaire class, yes, they have enormous wealth and resources, but they also have weaknesses. One, they compete with each other ruthlessly. There are different flavors of billionaires from different economic sectors. There's banking, finance, energy, the war machine, Silicon Valley, media, big pharma, real estate. They all want not just a piece of the pie, but every one of them wants all the pie. They knock each other down without a second thought. Two, the billionaires, they can't control the narrative anymore. There was a time when corporate media could decide what the 99% could see and even think, but now this is the information age, and anyone who cares to look can see what's happening. And this is very powerful. Three, they are few, we are many. At any time, we, the non-billionaires, can decide that it is time for real change. But the only way that happens is with a mass movement, one that is organized around a clear, concise set of demands, like the 11 Demands for Real Democracy and MCDS. We've seen glimmers of this kind of mass action, whether it's Occupy Wall Street, the George Floyd protests, the Bernie movement, but they lacked a comprehensive explanation of the root causes. They lacked clear demands and systemic solutions. 11 Demands proposes to provide this. No billionaire is going to save us, right? It's quite the opposite. They are, as this is saying, they are the enemy, and they need to be treated as such. But it's up to us. So I'd say join the 11 Demands Collective and let's get started on something real. And if you're wondering what's the 11 Demands Collective, if you go to 11demands.org, there's a group of us who are considering ourselves the 11 Demands Collective. And the idea behind being in the collective is that you take it upon yourself to educate people, identify the core problems, call out representatives, define solutions, and spread the word about MCDS. So if you want to see more about that, go to 11demands.org, and that's the readout of the 11 Demands article for tonight.